Cordell Miller, and I'm about to share a little bit about my testimony. So, I was diagnosed at a young age with a disease called tracheal bronchomalacia, and the doctors told my parents that this would take my life before I turned 13. As you would guess, it was a struggle as I was growing up through my whole life. School was kind of a hit and miss, and I really didn't spend much time there because I was always in the hospital. So, about when I was 10 years old, I was lying in the ICU, and they told my parents I probably wouldn't make it through the night. So they called up the IWK and they airlifted me from here to Halifax. And I really didn't know what was going to happen that night. I just kept praying and hoping for the best, right? Because with God, anything can happen. Anyways, I arrived at the IWK and they didn't really know what to do with me, so they just kind of woke me up every couple hours and kept me on oxygen. And I ended up being okay, thank God. I was there for months on end. They didn't know what to do, so they sent me to Ohio. And as I got surgery there, doctor said, worst lungs I've ever seen in my life. So, I was feeling kind of down with that. But what the problem is that every time my lungs get irritated, they collapse. They literally just shut off completely. And so I knew that my time was coming to an end. I was about the age of 12 now, and I was going off to my first Christian camp called Camp Medley. And when I arrived there, I met this counselor, really nice guy, my first really strong influence that I had as a Christian follower. He's the one that initially led me to Christ. He one night prayed over me and asked me if I truly wanted to give my heart to God. And I said yes, right away. That's what I wanted to do. And so I did. And in that night, I bawled my eyes out like a little baby, and I wasn't one to cry, but that's what happened. And you know what? The lung problem was gone. Completely erased. Really, I had no more struggles with it. I was able to attend school regularly. I was able to play sports, which the doctor said would never be something I'd be able to do. And you know what? I had all God to thank for that. So, I thought that was pretty cool. God did a great thing. He was amazing God. What else can I say? But although I gave my life to God and I was saved, I did not know what it exactly meant to live for God. So I got into high school, and there was some people here and there that had a little bit of a negative influence on me. I wouldn't do anything that would just throw me off, like I never touched drugs, something like that. But it really brought me down. I started coming to the youth group a little less, stopped. I wasn't going to church. But I was always praying every night, although it's kind of repetition. Still praying, read a little bit of my Bible, as much as I should have. However, I just knew that I was living more worldly than anything else. Then I was offered by my youth pastor, Pastor Elder, to go on this thing called the Winter Retreat. And there's something telling me that I shouldn't go. For some reason, I just feel like there's that nagging in my soul that's saying, don't go. But then my friend's mom, Kim Gogian, she told me that I should definitely go because it's Satan trying to say that something amazing is going to happen, so you definitely shouldn't be there. So I did go, and one night we're there talking about all the bad things we have done and kind of being proud of it, and which is really stupid. And the next night, we're worshiping God and thanking Him for everything He's done in my life. So, really, it's just, it was kind of eerie, and I didn't really know what was going on at that point, but I got into this worship service. And in that worship service, I see my pastor, Roger Reed again, fall down on his knees and start praising God. And my friend who was struggling with drug addiction and alcoholism and all this stuff that's gone on in his life, he also had that thing. He just gave everything to God that way. Then just the Spirit just came over the room. And it filled the room so much that everybody just fell and started bawling their eyes out. It's the most amazing experience I've ever felt in my life. I wouldn't give it up for the world. And so since then, I've been living my life loud for God. And I remember that no matter what happens, God's got my back. And that with Him I can do anything. He's kept me strong. So thank you for listening to this.